Daniel Lewis Lee, executed at the Supreme Court, clears the way for first federal execution in 17 years. As you can see on the screen, there is this man, Daniel Lewis Lee. According to CNN, Daniel Lewis Lee, a convicted killer, was executed Tuesday morning in the first federal execution in 17 years after the Supreme Court issued an overnight ruling that it could proceed. Lee was pronounced dead by the coroner at 8:07 a.m. ET in Terre Haute, Indiana. His last words were, "I didn't do it. I've made a lot of mistakes in my life, but I'm not a murderer. You're killing an innocent man," according to a pool report. The Supreme Court cleared the way for the resumption of the federal death penalty in an unsigned order released after 2 a.m. Tuesday. The court wiped away a lower court order temporarily blocking the execution of Lee in a 5 out of 4 vote. Lee, a one-time white supremacist who killed a family of 3, was excuse me for the advert. I'm sorry, I'll close it and I'll go back again. The Supreme Court cleared the way for the resumption of the federal death penalty in an unsigned order released after 2 a.m. Tuesday. The court wiped away a lower court order temporarily blocking the execution of Lee in a 5-4 vote. Lee, a one-time white supremacist who killed a family of 3, was scheduled to be executed Monday. A federal judge blocked the planned execution of Lee and 3 others, citing ongoing challenges to the federal government's lethal injection protocol. Ruth Friedman, Lee's attorney, said in a statement Tuesday, "It is shameful that the government saw fit to carry out this execution during a pandemic. It is shameful that the government saw fit to carry out this execution when counsel for Diane Lee could not be present with him, and when the judges in his case and even the family of his victims urged against it," Friedman said, "and it is beyond shameful that the government, in the end, carried out the execution in haste. In the middle of the night, while the country was sleeping, we hope that upon awakening, the country will be as outraged as we are." An appeal seeking to delay the execution that involved the family of Lee's victims who were concerned about traveling and going to a federal prison during the coronavirus pandemic was also denied by the Supreme Court in an order Tuesday morning. Erin Peterson, whose daughter, granddaughter, and son-in-law were tortured, killed, and dumped in the lake by Lee and an accomplice, has opposed Lee's execution, telling CNN last year that she didn't want it done in her name. Baker Kurus, an attorney for the victim's family, told CNN Tuesday morning that the family is heartbroken and said the government prevented them from being there and family did everything they could to be there. The Supreme Court said in its ruling that the death row inmates, including Lee, bringing the case have not established that they are likely to succeed, and they're challenged in part because the one drug protocol proposed by the government, single-dose pentobarbital, has become a mainstay of state executions. Attorney General William Barr said Lee finally faced the justice he deserved. The American people have made a considered choice to permit capital punishment for the most egregious federal crimes, and justice was done today in implementing the sentence for Lee's horrific offenses, Barr said in a statement. Justice Stephen Breyer, joined by Justice Ruth Bader Ginsburg, reiterated in one dissent something he has said before. He thinks it's time for the court to revisit the constitutionality of the death penalty. The resumption of federal executions promises to provide examples that illustrate the difficulties of administering the death penalty consistent with the Constitution, he said. Justice Sonia Sotomayor, joined by Justice Elena Kagan and Ginsburg, wrote separately to criticize the court's accelerated decision-making. The court forever deprives the respondents of their ability to press a constitutional challenge to their lethal injections, she said. In 2019, Barr moved to reinstate the federal death penalty after a nearly two-decade lapse. Barr directed the Bureau of Prisons to move forward with executions of some death row inmates convicted of murdering and in some cases torturing and raping the most vulnerable in our society, children and the elderly. The scheduled executions reignited legal challenges to the specific protocol used in executions and reinvigorated a debate concerning the constitutionality of lethal injection. The story has been updated with additional development.